We're in a regional park south of Auckland, very near Auckland, maybe about a 45-minute drive by car. There are a variety of plant species in this estuarine marsh landscape, and let's take a look at some of them. There's a ubiquitous plant in New Zealand, and that's the flax that you see here. You see it on the hillsides, you see it along the roadsides, and it's in the marsh as well. It has very large ecological amplitude. Also, we have the gray mangrove right over here. The big question that many ecologists, coastal ecologists, have at the moment is, as climate warms over the next decades, are we going to see black mangroves and gray mangroves, such as we have here, expanding their range into more temperate salt marshes, such as you see in the background. There are a number of other species here as well. You see a number of sedges. There are species of Juncus within this marsh, not too dissimilar from our Juncus that we have in the United States. This is a mudflat associated often with salt marshes, and we have a number of different species within this area. A very interesting one here is this mat-like species that forms little cushions, mat cushions, within this particular mudflat area. Salt marshes throughout the world are characterized by species that are adapted to high salinities, and they do this in various ways. Here's a prime example. What you see here is the succulent plant Sarcocornia in the southern hemisphere. It's very, very high moisture content of the leaves and stems. As a result, this plant can dilute the salt that it takes up there and not be affected by those higher salinities. There's also another highly salt-tolerant species that is flowering that you see here. This is a species of Plantago. It's also found throughout the world in these more saline areas. Again, is very highly salt tolerant. This wetland you see behind me at the regional park looks natural, but it actually was a cattle paddock at one time where they grazed cattle. But then the decision was made to restore this area to marsh. They just opened up flow of coastal waters into this area, and over time it transitioned from a grassland for cattle grazing to a marsh that in many, many ways looks very natural. Notice behind me is this beautiful maritime forest, a very diverse number of trees, a beautiful habitat at the regional park.